Fuck it, let's go with mine. Okay, so first round, I was playing versus Marinces. I won the dice. I started. I think I had everything. She couldn't play. She just scooped. And then game 2 we had around 30 minutes exactly. Yes, we had around 30 minutes to play game 2. She had a lot of. I hit her with droll. I got droll in my hand. I hit her with droll, and she couldn't do a lot. And then I got the ball from there, and I started banishing everything from her deck until I think last minute she had one card in the deck, and I drew the smiting storm, something like this. What is the name of the spell? Yeah, the storm thing. And I just decided to banish one card and pass turn, and that's why I won. I won 2-0 with this match. So let's just do the deck profile real quick. Everyone playing. I've seen people playing 2LZ, which is kinda, I don't know, questionable to me, because I think this is the best card to open with any other spells in your, which we have a lot of spell in the deck. So I'm playing 3LZ. I think this is normal to play 3LZ. I've seen some people playing it too, but I think, like, if you see this card with another spell, you can do full White Forest combo. And if you have Runick cards in your hand, this also like bridges everything together. I'm also playing Sylvie. I think that's no brainer. You should play 3 Sylvie, because she's the best normal summon, which also searches the trap or the spell, like the Waz or the Tails. And with these cards, you just have infinite discard fodder, and you can even, like, I even discarded them or send them from the field to the graveyard multiple times, because you can add them with Diabel back to your hand, and then you can set them. And I'm only playing 2. Some people were playing 3 of Russia. I only playing 2. I think like drawing her is not that useful. Sometimes, if you just draw her with no other runic spell, and you have like the board breakers or the trap, and I'm only playing one of the. I've seen people playing 3 traps, 3 Waz, no tails. A lot of people cut the tails. Come on, tail. You wanna zoom? I guess not. Tales of the White Forest. I kind of like this card a lot, because if you, let's say you don't have any runic spell, you can search it, get this card, and then with this you can get the engine moving. You can actually see, yes. Where are the waifus? I changed it. I changed the focus a little bit, because it was autofocus, and I changed it to like 30 or 40 degrees. So if I zoom in, you can see the card real good. I think that makes it better, right? This is Russia. So the bad thing about Russia, if you open her with no other runic spells, you can't do anything. You can try to draw a card and then get lucky maybe, but it's not that good. That's why I'm not playing her at 3. And then again, as I said, I'm playing only 1/1. The cat is in the way. Maybe we can do this. And this is the whole White Forest engine that I'm playing. This is the whole White Forest engine I'm playing. And I think that's just like very, very like consistent and small. And that allows you to have more non-engine cards, which is like very, very important in this meta. Like, the reason I wanted to play 4 higher sprite Runick. And the reason that I did not play this this deck because you can only have 5 cards as a non-engine, and this is like no way it's enough to win you game going second, especially going second. I think that's everything I need to talk about the White Forest. It's just like so. I don't know. This deck is so much fun to play. I guess you can even play these deck with that's a no-brainer. You can play them with the Toy Engine. You can play them with Blue Eyes, which is coming next, I think, because every single girl is a spellcaster, and then you can do full combo. Blue Eyes. You can play them with Centurion, which is also nice. This engine is so amazing. Like, this deck is very, very versatile, and you can play it with other decks. That's why I really like this, and I wish it comes to Master Duel, like, I don't know, very soon, so we can enjoy it as well. And for Runick, I think that's standard. Everyone is playing the same thing. 2 fountains, like, no brainer. If you can play it at 3, you can play it at 3. But it's I don't know, like, bro, I don't need to explain why am I playing these cards. Like, these are the best Runick cards. These are the best Runick cards, and I wanted to play 17 quick spells, so I played one dispelling and one storm. And like, I don't know, this is like Runick. Do I need to talk about it? Everyone knows what it does. The cool thing with the White Forest is that you can let's say you started with Tip, added Fountain, you have 2 more Runick spell, you activate them, you can leave Tip in the graveyard and only draw 2 with Fountain, and then with Diabell you can just add Tip back to your hand and activate it during your opponent turn, so you can have also 2 draws, like guarantee 2 draws at least, and then you can search all the cards that you need in the matchup. Like, if you're playing against Labyrinth, you can go for Runick Destruction. If you're playing versus a deck that needs its monsters, you can go for Negate or Destruction. Dispelling, I don't know. That's why they work very well together. And yeah, there's no need to do more explanation. I think everyone knows Runick. It's just you start banishing your opponent. What funny thing in this tournament, I played versus a Labyrinth one time, and Runick Tip. I activated Runick Tip twice, and game 2 and game 3, and both times the one card that I banished from his deck was the Virus Eradicator or something like this, the one that destroys all the spells on the field or in your hand. And he was so frustrated about this. But I was like, thank God, this is like a great hit. How did this happen? Twice in a row. Well, what is the chance? So if you count well, I think we have 11 non-engine cards here, or 10. I'm not sure. Let me see. Yeah, we have 11 non-engine cards. We have 11 so skilled. I am skilled, bro. This is like, what do you think? I ended the day 1 with 5-3, and I was actually very close to day 2. I was so, like, this close, bro. This close to day 2. I was really frustrated that I lost versus Melodious to time. So for the non-engine, a lot of people were playing Upstart Goblin, and the chicken game, terraforming, like the draw engine just to draw cards. And I didn't like this idea, but I think I can understand why they wanted to play this, because they wanted to see the good cards in Runick or the White Forest card. But for me, I said like, bro, if I went second and I didn't have 2 board breakers, there's no way I win. So I decided to go for every fucking board breakers I found. I played 3 Droplet, 3 Dark Rule No More, 1 Talents, 3 Evilly. So if I drew Droplet Dark Ruler or Droplet Evilly, that would just end the board for my opponent. Sure. Yes, bro. But it happened once. I think even during the stream, in the top 8, I think the White Forest player just activated Dark Ruler No More and chained Droplet, and that just won him the game on the spot. Even if Droplet got negated, you can just discard this card. You can just like, hey, send this card to the graveyard as a cost, and even if they chain to negate this, that it doesn't do anything, because Dark Ruler No More is not on the graveyard anymore, so they cannot negate it with Desecrate. And the same thing for Evilly. So if you went for Battle Phase and activated Evilly, and they chain the, let's say the chamber to negate it, to activate Desecrate, you can just, hey, yeah, Forbidden Droplet, send Evilly to the graveyard, and that's just end the game on the spot. Because they have nothing, unless they have like, I don't know, 4 hand traps in their hand. And the last card is not, bro. This is the worst card I have ever decided to add in the deck. I activated this card twice, once in the main event and once on the side event, and every time I activate this shitty ass card, I lost the game. I wish I played something else. Like, no, I'm not kidding. I wish I played some other Floodgate other than this shit. And that will like be exact 40 card for the main deck. Exact 40 cards in the main deck. And for the extra deck, I think that's also standard. Where you go. I just want to show off my quarter century Diabel here. I just want. I'm sorry. I had to use the quarter century. I had to do it. You can't even read the name from the shininess, bro. It is so shiny that you cannot even fucking read the name. Everyone, I think you know that you have to play 1/1/1 from each, because they are so recyclable. Because of these here, 1, 2. They recycle each one of them, and then they summon themselves from the graveyard. So you can dodge Veiler, you can dodge Imperm if they want to negate them, or if you have skill drain on the field, you can chain these, and then if you have one of them in the graveyard, you can activate it, send it to the extra deck, special summon, and then the effect of this card will actually happen during your opponent's turn, even if you have skill drain on the field. Very useful, I guess. Very fair. So that's no-brainer. This is search whatever you want. You can even search Veiler, Ares from the Sword Soul, the spellcaster one that special summon itself from the hand if there's a monster negated on the field, which you can do very, very easily, because they summon themselves from the graveyard negated. So you can actually summon that card and use one of their effects to draw 2 or destroy the monster or summon a monster from your hand. It has 3 different effects. You can choose one of them to do, which is great. But most of the time, I just summon a name or a trap. It's up to the like what do you have in your hand or what do you need at that point. But it's very good. This is like the main disruption point, which you summon on your opponent's turn to flip their monsters. Which it does nothing against Chimera Fusion, I guess. Chimera Fiendsmith, because they can just fucking use their monsters to fuse even if they are face down, which is the worst matchup we have in this with this deck. It's just like the Chimera Fiendsmith, because they can search the Diabell monster that is the floodgate that you have to set the spells or the traps before activating them, so Runick cards does nothing against them. But thank God I did not face that deck at all during the tournament. The second match I played was versus Yubel, and I lost to time because he summoned that rank 10 tank that does like 2000 damage. For the extra deck Runick cards, I played 3 Huggin. You have to play 3 Huggin, because you go through 2 in your normal combo if you don't have LZ. If you don't draw LZ, you have to go through 2 at least. So you need 1 to protect your cards from Storm or Duster, and 1 Gary, because you can go for Chaos Angel with Gary and you can revive the fountain from graveyard if they destroy it. In the main event, I was not playing this card. Moonin, I was not playing Moonin in the main event. I regretted it actually. So in the side event, I switched. I was playing the Scarlight, which is the thought behind Scarlight was so good that you can, if you are going second, you will never have an end phase if you are in time. So you have to burn them during the main phase. So this card is easy to make with this and 1 Runick card and 1 White Forest card. So you just burn them and you destroy all the monsters first. So you remove all the monsters, and then you burn them for 500 for each monster that's got destroyed. And this card has like 3k attack. So why the camera stopped zooming? Okay. 3k attack. So Desecrate is out. The Varudos is out. Caesar is out. So all the troublesome monsters are out, and you can just destroy them and burn them for damage. For sure, they cannot try to negate this, but I mean, it's just that's the thought behind it. Moonin is exactly is the floodgate thing. Moonin also protects your fountain from Cosmic, which a lot of people were playing. So that's why I changed my mind and I played Moonin in the side event, which I won a couple of matches in the side event, so I collected some points and I got some OTS packs, but it's not a huge, like it's not that huge of a difference between these 2 cards. Like most importantly, you needed to play at least 1 of them, so you have like a guarantee in time. And as I said, all my matches were in time. So that's it for these monsters here, and for the rest, the best like two boss monsters you have to play are Chaos Angel. I have a German copy. I think you can see it's Chaos Angel. You can see it's the Unterwendler and not Fiend. And Changing. Like you can't. So for the most of the matches, I think I had 5 or 6 games where I decked out my opponent. But for the rest of the matches, I actually just OTK'd with these 2 here. This is gonna be around 5k to 6k, and this is gonna be like 3, 4, 5, and most of the time this is gonna be unaffected by monsters, and you just attack with them and end the game. Are you gonna tell me how you don't have a battle phase? You just wait a turn and then you just attack. It's gonna take some time to OTK, but still, these cards are crazy good. I actually won a match without the fountain just because I had this card and this card on the field. They couldn't out this. They couldn't out it. So you just these are must play. I was thinking, I in one of while I was testing, I was thinking about playing Bestials with this powder. Because if they banish the fountain, you can revive the fountain in your deck and destroy their monsters. But the problem is I played evenly the main, and if I summon the Bestials during their turn, evenly is dead, and sometimes evenly is just like a bigger impact than Bestial. And Chungus is crazy good, bro. Holy, I cannot tell you, I cannot stress enough how strong was this monster in the event. I cannot stress enough how strong was it. It's a must play. I think these two is a must play in this deck. And every Runick deck, I believe. Like especially if you're playing Runick Bestials, you have to play these two. And for the level 6 we needed, I played Tri-Edge Master, free draw, and then with this card, when the camera wants to focus in, maybe today. Yeah, Tri-Edge Master with, let's say, the Jerry or another White Forest monster. You can either do Chenging or the unaffected Chaos Angel, and this is all. This game's up a lot because sometimes you just need that extra draw, and you need a tuner with Moonen, and this card you just go into Diabel, and then Diabel you can add back a spell from the graveyard and draw a card at the same time. So this is crazy. Also, you can discard a card and pop a card to help you to remove. So they are very very good. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you are getting the Shrimp Zapper or Zapper Shrimp in the Master Duel. This is also a very good card because it on summon you can send a card you control or from your hand to pop a spell or trap your opponent control, and once per chain, so you cannot start a chain with this. You can synchro summon using this monster. So it is like the formula card, I think. But I think this is just much better because the formula card does not draw you card unless it's synchro summon, and Diabel does not count as a synchro summon. So I'm not sure if we're getting this card because this is a TCG exclusive. But I hope we do. Otherwise, we play the other level 2, the formula card. And for I was for the last 2 cards, I was between Dugares, the Daigusto card. TCG exclusive are never exclusive. Yeah, but we might take time to get it, you know? Daigusto Imperial, Dugares, and Baguska. I was between these 3 cards. I decided on this. I think it's very very good. You can because if they outed your Chenging and Chaos Angel, you can just shuffle them back to the extra deck and then draw a card. And you can do this easily because you have a lot of free level 4 bodies. And yeah, I kind of like it. It's either you have to choose one rank for it to play. Either Baguska, the Dugares to draw 2 cards, for example, and discard one, or this one to recycle your extra deck monsters. And SP, like, bro, there's no brainer. There's no brainer. You know, I don't think there's any deck that is not playing SP, bro. And I finally bought the SP, bro. I finally bought the SP. It came up. I came up a lot during my matches. It won me a couple of matches. Like I think it won me versus Sprite alone. Shout out to the Sprite player. He was actually very cool. I enjoyed his duel. And yep, that's it. That's it for the extra deck. How much does SP cost now? I think around 50 euros. It cost me around 50 euros. And for the side deck, I decided to go for. So if I go second, I'm sorry. If I go first, instead of all these this card does. I mean, you can still set Droplet, but Dark Ruler no more, Evilly Match does nothing. So I decided to go for six hand traps, which were Ash Blossom for Brandon matchup, and it's just generic. It's very useful. The other hand trap that I decided was Droll. This was Sphere mode for a long time, but after I think I changed it to Droll in the last hour before we have to submit our decks. Because we talked about it, and then someone just said if you went for Sphere mode and you can normal summon, are you sure that you can control the game after that? Because with Runick, it's you're not guaranteed to always open the nuts. You're not always guaranteed to go for full combo. It's just luck based. You have to keep drawing and see if you can have the combo. And without the normal summon, it might be hard. So I just said, okay, you know what? Let's play Droll. Maybe I can stop some decks like Yubel if they started with Engraver. The Chimera deck also, if they get rolled, it's sometimes hard. And for the time rules, I had to play Dogwood. Show me the Floodgate. I don't have any Floodgate. So if I go first and we still have time, I side these. If I go second and we don't we're 5 minutes, I just go for the some of the hand traps, because the board breakers doesn't do anything if you have no time to play. You need to gain life or stop them from doing anything, and then maybe you can try to win with other Moonin or Scarlight. And I played 3 Cosmic and 3 Solomon Judgment. This is what Solomon Judgment was crazy good in this event. It protected the back row sometimes. It also negated some summons. I negated a track once with it, like the the Fiendsmith track. Or was it tracked or was it tracked? Well, I don't know the name of the spell. I negated it all, and it was actually useful because they had no other plays. The only card that I would actually change is Cosmic into the Mole Chummy, the new one. Just to have an advantage going second sometimes. Where's the summon limit? It is sadly it is sadly banned in the TCG, bro. It is very, very sadly banned in the TCG. Judgment is nice. I will always keep it because you can, as I said, there's a lot of going second cards here you can remove. I even side out sometimes the Droplet to go for Judgment, going first, because they don't expect it, unless you discarded it to do your plays because your hand is bad. But sometimes they don't respect it. They just flip it and on the normal summon or something. Cosmic is the worst here. The thoughts behind Cosmic were, if I played a mirror match, I could have the higher ground if I banish their fountain. But I never played a mirror match, and I don't think it was useful versus any other deck. Maybe maybe a lot of people say, okay, you can actually go and use it on the engraver, the what is not engraver, the Fiendsmith fusion, the Omni-Negate monster, and you can just target the link to behind it and then banish it so it does not have any negate. But I would rather have I don't know, like Droplet, Dark Ruler more than drawing this card. Also in time you lose with this time because you have to pay 1,000 to activate it. And you can say, oh, you also lose in time with this card, but it's okay. You sometimes it's just like so impactful. You win the game because of this card. And that's it. I played, as I said, I played Marinsis the first round. I had game 1 was easy. Game 2 it was a little bit hard, but I decked out, so it was 2-0. I also played versus Yubel. He burned me with the Xyz monsters that I saw, the rank 10, the tank monster. I lost 1-2 versus Snake Eye Fiendsmith. He had a lot of hand traps. I won the dice. I played game 1. He completely messed up his combo. And then he scooped. Game 2, he just did full combo. I couldn't win. And game 3, he had Veiler, Imperm, Ash. So I passed. I had Ash in my hand. He normal summoned Snake Eye Ash. And I was like, okay, bro, what could you have in your hand that could win? That could be an extender. So I decided, I thought about it, but okay, should I Ash this Ash or no? And I like, okay, bro, you know what? If you have it, you have it. So I Ashed the Ash, and then he just activated Bonefire after that. I was like, bro, you can, I'm out. You're the man here. You got it. Then I won 2-1 versus Sprite Fiendsmith. The Sprite Fiendsmith was so random. I have no idea. Yeah, average Snake Eye Ash. Yeah, average Snake Eye hand, I mean. He played Shifter with Fiendsmith, which is he killed his own Fiendsmith plays, and did not bother me that much with the Shifter, because I had like Chain Gang and SB ready on the field. And I didn't have any at that time I didn't have any Runick cards, so I was chilling. So I won 2-1 with this. I went first. I banished a lot of his cards. He decided like in the middle of the game he can't win, so he scooped. He went and did somewhat okay board under Joel. He had Toad and the trap, I think, and the double cross out, so I couldn't out it because they so Omni-Negate. And game 2, as I said, he gave me Shifter. I was ready with the Chain Gang and SB. I played versus Labyrinth. That was like one of the hardest match I've ever played. I won dice. He decided to scoop after I banished a lot of his cards. He had no more effective traps, and he went first. I saw that I don't have the win, so I just scooped. We didn't even play like one turn in this game. And then game 3, I had a bad hand, but I actually managed to deck him out 10 seconds before the timer, and I passed my turn. That was like the most stressful game I've ever had in my life. And I was like at 500 LP. I was like, bro, I'm gonna lose to time versus Labyrinth. And I drew the Storm, and I activated the Storm, banished one of his cards, and I was like, it's over. I was like, bro, thank God. That Storm came clutch twice. And then I lost Melodious because it's an enemy deck, and they have in-engine burn monster. that just like burned for 500 for no reason. And the last match I played versus yugioh, and this dude did not want to play. He just ended on Phantom and passed, and then he scooped. And that was my story behind that. And I just played side event, had some fun with the side event, and went home. I had some good time. I had some good experience. I learned from the experience, from the matches, and I watched a couple of. I think there were a lot of good feature matches this time. Feature matches were actually very interesting. I think we saw some White Forest. We saw White Forest Runick. We saw Plants doing well. We saw Ritual Beast. I don't know. I was. The problem is, I wish I played like. Don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed it, but I wish was Runick just faster to end games. Because if you finish, like, some people were playing Tenpai. Let's say we're playing Tenpai. You just finish your match within 10 minutes. Either you win or lose. And then just go roam around, watch feature match, have some fun with with people. Go check out the venue, check out the cards that are on sale. I don't know, bro. You can do a lot of stuff. But if you're playing fucking Runick, you just sit sweating your ass for 45 minutes to either lose on time or deck your opponent.